Oh, yeah. Good afternoon. Oh, yeah. From the discussion, is there any thing that you want to share with me? There any questions raised? Yes, behind here.
I would like to understand the difference between a cause and a condition, a cause and a condition of karma. Specifically, if I heard correctly, I think you mentioned that the 5 aggregates are conditions. So what would be the cause of a person in that?
Okay, I think I didn't really grasp what you said.
Should I repeat it?
Can you?
Is this clear? No?
Okay, see.
I'm trying to understand the difference between a cause and a condition.
Cause and condition.
And if I remember correctly, I heard that the 5 aggregates are a condition. So what is the cause of a person?
For what?
Of a person.
Of a person. Okay. Of a person. Yeah, you can regard the 5 aggregates are conditions because it serves as a basis to designate a person. So in that sense, it is interdependent. The person, the human identity will not be there if there's no conditional causes of the aggregates. On that basis, then the 5 aggregates serve as a conditional cause. So there's a karmic relationship with the person's identity and it is aggregates. Is that okay?
What's the relationship between a cause and a condition?
What is the relationship between cause and condition? Okay. I think here the cause is more of the direct continuum of the result can understand as a cause. The conditions are the supplementary environment that make it happen, the ripening of the result independent on the cause. Can understand something like that. Of course, within the cause itself also, there are like a direct or the immediate cause and the secondary level of cause. So generally we can define as a cause and condition, but then within the cause also there are many stages. Different factor play, different elements play different role to achieve the result, and each of them not necessarily, bring the similar level of contributions. So in order to produce a result, you need to have a complete cause. So in the complete cause, the conditions are also a cause. Within the condition also, there are many degrees of conditions. Some serve very near conditional cause. Some serve from far. Similar within the immediate cause also, the very immediate, then secondary immediate to that, then another level immediate to that. So there are many, can be limitless, uncountable to our ordinary mind. Just to bring out one existent, how many different kind of causes and conditions evolve.
Can you say three modes that, or what's the relation, like how,
What's the relationship between cause and condition? What's the relationship between cause and condition?
Yeah, so a cause can be a condition and a condition can also.
Okay. Cause and condition. I don't know. What is the cause and condition relationship?
Would parts be conditions? Does that make sense when I say that?
Actually, I don't make sense what I say.
Yeah.
I also don't get.
Would parts, like
Okay, parts.
be more of a condition than a cause?
Okay.
Like a condition for being labeled,
Uh-huh.
rather than actually being the cause, like mother and father coming together to reproduce
Okay.
somebody.
Okay. You get what Venerable said? I didn't get.
A little bit.
So cause are more forceful factor for the result. Conditions are more lighter factor. Their roles, but all are cause. Conditions also cause. Cause also cause. And within this cause, defining certain element as a condition, certain element as a cause, is because of the how near and how forceful the contributions that provides. Let's say to become a person, our past lifetimes consciousness and our parents, father, mother. So the past lifetimes, consciousness serve, greater force for the reincarnation of it is continued. So you can regard that as the, you can label as a cause. Then father, mother, to actualize that continuation of that previous life's consciousness to result as a human being, then father, mother serve as a condition. Can I say like that? But then father, mother also as cause. And the consciousness is also a condition. Okay.
Thank you. I'm just trying to understand the relationship between the soul theory, that is the theory of births and rebirths.
Okay, today I don't know whether my ear is wrong or the mic is wrong. I'm not really hearing clearly.
I'm not loud enough, I'll be clear. I'm trying to understand the relationship between the soul theory, that is the theory of births and rebirths, and its proportional relation to population.
I think something wrong with my ear. Is it right? What sister say?
Soul theory, the theory of births and rebirths.
Theory of birth and rebirth and theory of soul.
Soul, yes.
Okay.
And its proportional relation to population. So for instance, if an animal has done something right, he will be born in some other species. So the overall population of all the species needs to be constant, then why is there a population rise?
Okay. Okay, please help me.
What is the relationship between having reincarnation, so a mind reincarnates into another mind,
Yeah.
And then an animal can be reborn as a human,
Yeah.
and how is it possible that a population can grow? Like if a population can grow and...
Population can grow.
Yes, like in the world.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Population can grow, but if the mind just moves from one life to another, then the number of minds are constant.
Has to be same number.
So population needs to be constant. So how is it possible for those two together?
Okay. Is something like that? Okay. Okay. Let's see where it goes. Okay. So, yes, because sentient beings are limitless, beyond our imagination in its number, and so therefore, whatever number of human beings that we count now, that is not the ultimate number. The many other beings from other realms, when they complete the links to be completed, link of existence completed within the human realm, then they continue to add on to the number. There's also a time that it will reduce the number. It's very much dependent on the what kind of karmic links are actualizing. You see, so at this very moment, maybe human population is just, let's say, 8 billion. But as far as concerned with the living being in the sixth realm, is limitless and uncountable. And there are many sentient beings, let's say, in the animal realm. Their karma is interrupted. Their link of cycle to be reborn in the human realm may be interrupted for another maybe 1 year, another 1 minute, another 10 years. So when the completing karma is ripened to be reborn in the human realm, then there will be a new human beings reborn from earlier reincarnation from another realm. So such can be possible like that. Okay. You got something? Okay. Yes, please, over there.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Thank you. Okay.
This is for the recording.
Okay. Yesterday, you talked about two kinds of ignorance, one of which is in the 12 links of dependent origination, and the other one is not. Could you explain more about those two types of ignorance?
Yeah, the two kind of ignorance. One is called the innate ignorance, and the another one is the ignorance from the three root delusions, part of the delusions. The innate ignorance, very much it is understood that it is there from the very first we came into existence, very next moment of our existence. So the very first moment, when is that, I don't know. Very first moment is we exist as pure, unstained. That very the very truth nature, clear, unstained nature. Then right immediate moment after that existence, the obscurations of seeing, seeing or being in that absolute purity is lost, as very much due to the factor, and that not knowing state of mind is called the innate ignorant. That not knowing completely, of the truth of all is the ignorant, the innate ignorant. As far as concerned with the ignorant in relation to the troubling of interdependent existence, of course, is based on that, but then it's a new kind of obscuration, the delusional obscuration. The earlier one is not delusional; is a defilement, obscured, not delusional. The later one is it's circumstantially in relation to wrong knowledge, wrong philosophy, wrong environment, then develop certain can be inherent the dualistic mind of inherent existent, dualistic mind of true existence. All this can be understood as that ignorant, and that is the ignorant in relation to the troubling. So when we gain liberation from the silent existence, we need to gain liberation by overcoming the karma and delusion, isn't it? And we need to overcome the troubling. So the logic here is, in order to let's say, by overcoming the troubling of interdependent existence, not necessarily that you achieve omniscient state, isn't it? So that meaning, even you purify the ignorant from the troubling, still there is an obstacle for someone to become omniscient or Buddha. And that obstacle is none other than that innate ignorant, which is we called as the obscuration to omniscient. So that's the difference. Yeah, that's the defining the differences between these two. Okay, so then I will go through the text. So this point is the main body practice of this mind training teaching, or the main body knowledge and the practice of all the Dharma, in particular the Mahayanic teaching, the teaching of the true awakening mind. So here, first, it discusses introduce the teaching on the ultimate awakening mind, which is in fact, when we refer to Dharma, actually referring to this, is talking about the wisdom of emptiness. So it says that training in the true mind of awakening, the main practice of Mahayana, main practice of Buddha Dharma. If you want to practice whole of the Buddha's teaching, then the mind of true awakening is the heart practice. If you are practicing Tantra, the true awakening also is the main practice. You see, someone who is practicing whole Dharma, the whole of the Dharma, meaning the entirety of the path, the objective is up to enlightenment, then all the teachings of the small scope, the middle scope, or teachings of the lesser vehicle serve as a preliminary. Then the main body practice is the true awakening mind. True awakening mind. Then the Tantra serve as a precept, as practice as a precept to uphold the highest value, the highest level of practice of the true awakening mind. So we can define like that. The Tantra as a precept to the true awakening mind. So then the text says, the second point, the training in the true mind of awakening is the main practice. It has a two part, the ultimate mind and the conventional mind. The ultimate mind is the wisdom mind, and the conventional mind is the bodhicitta mind. Given the sequence in which meditative equipoise and post-meditation stages arises within the single person, these two minds are presented here in the following order. So for the training of the wisdom, it trained in the two kind of stages. The meditative equipoise and post-meditative trainings. As I mentioned briefly in the morning, you divide our 24 hours into two sections. One is the session that you conduct meditative equipoise in relation to the wisdom of emptiness, very much talking about the absorption meditation, which is also called as a space-like mind meditation. In certain texts, space-like meditation, or mind meditation. So that even we hear space-like meditation, what really it means is a space-like mind meditation of emptiness. So then during the pause meditation, the practice is labeled as illusion-like, dream-like emptiness meditation. First, to train in the ultimate awakening mind, there are two parts, the actual meditation session and subsequent period practices. So training in the ultimate awakening mind, the actual meditation session, it says like this. The meditation session into 3 preparatory practices. The main practice and the concluding practice. So 3 parts, preparation, including of setting motivation, finding the conducive, the environment to meditate, etc. Then the actual, the absorption state of meditation. Then after that, at the end, the concluding practice, the dedication. As for preparation, undertake the 7 limb practices inside your chamber of divinities. Make supplication to meditation deities and your teachers. And having seated yourself comfortably on your meditation cushion, count your respiration, exhalation and inhalation 21 times. So here it says 21 times. Some text talks about 22 times. With this practice, you enable your body, speech and mind to become fit vessel for meditative concentration. Then generate the precursor, the conventional awakening mind, accompanied by the beneficial qualities of meditative stabilization. So this is a guidance for, taking the teaching into actual exercise of training, to really to gain realization on the path. Not just for standing only. So for that, the following these 3 sequence is important. It's a necessary. Otherwise, we may understand a lot, but we'll have an obstacle, a blockage to actually realize the path. Really to actualize the awakening mind. The realization on emptiness. You see. So here talking about the 7 limbs of practice, which introduced by Shakyamuni Buddha in the Paramita Sutras, and such as the Sambandhabhadra's aspirational prayer, like we call as a kings of prayer, introduce the practice of 7 limbs, which are most important as a preparatory practice to make yourself as a ripened vessel to really to actualize the teaching as a path. You see, so the main thing, the preparatory practice, the main practice of it is to achieve 2 important factors. One is purification, one is accumulation. So the 7 limb practice, very much to complete these 2 aspects of the practice. Start with making offering to the if available, to create an altar for someone who seriously want to train to develop bodhicitta and wisdom emptiness. Then if you have the favorable environment of even at home, as like a room or the meditation corner, you set up an altar where whatever representations of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha available, you respectfully invite on the altar. The size of the altar, at least above your waist. Can be any height, but something above your waist. Can something respectful stand. Can be table, can be something that, something, how to say, that can sustain. Then, if you have a nice garments, then you can, like silks, or what you call the curtain or whatever, scarves. You can put that. If not, then as long as make it clean, then if you have representations of the Buddha's holy body, the statue, representation of the Buddha's holy speech, texts, sutras, representations of the Buddha's holy mind, stupa, if not, just your mala. If not, just a picture of your guru, pictures of Buddha, or something that which for you it represent merit field, something is to relate it to your spiritual respect. Can be that small rock that you obtain from a holy place, let's say from Bodh Gaya. So that is everything. If you don't have that kind of environment, then you actualize merit field through your visualization. The most extensive merit field that you can take as example is the Lama Chopa Guru Puja merit field, where it is the complete of every aspect of the celestial objects, from Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, gurus, deities, dakas, dakinis, dhammapalas, everyone is there. Or otherwise, you can just visualize. If you have a spiritual guru, just visualize your spiritual guru, who is embodiment of all the merit fields. Or Shakyamuni Buddha, embodiment of all the merit fields. There's an emphasis that if you're able to do that, the center of merit field is your spiritual guru. The causing of blessing will be, faster, easier. That is understood. It involves the Guru Yoga practice, which understood as the quickest way to drive the blessings. Then, you organize nice offerings. If possible, you offer 8 offerings. If not, just one bowl of water, or one, petal of flower. So there's no kind of fixed, must offer this much. Just offer from your heart. Materially, if you have. If not, then offer from, in visualization. You see. So someone who's already seriousness to practice this level, then as we discussed before, who already have a certain certain training and understanding of the teachings of the three scope, as the teaching also emphasized the importance about that. So meaning that you already have a certain degree of understanding of even emptiness. Now here you do meditation to realize the wisdom directly, but you already got correct understanding of emptiness. So through meditation, you actualize extensive offerings. Through meditation on emptiness, you also actualize your altar. So everything can, you can create an altar in your heart. You can create an offering in your heart. In fact, that is the best. If you're able to do that, actually that is the best. But as a beginner level, we are not really confident about the knowledge of emptiness. Then therefore, the physical offerings are necessary, which are called the outer offerings. They are like inner offerings, the outer offerings. So the outer offerings are it's easier to organize, in real objects like that. So that is the first limb, the limbs of offering. Then the second one is the limbs of prostration, which is the first one is to accumulate merit. The second one is for purification. So from the 7 limbs, the second one is for purification. The rest is all for accumulations of merit. Then the third one is the rejoicing, the limbs of rejoicing. Then after that, limbs of requesting to the merit field to remain among us, to be the object of merits. Or then after that, then requesting to turn the wheel of Dharma. Then the final limb is limbs of dedication. So these are the 7 different limbs. So 7 limbs are most important. In every sadhana, there's a practice of 7 limbs. Every pujas, there's a practice of 7 limbs. In fact, that is the essence for purification, technique, tools for purify our limitations and accumulate merits. So these are the part of the preparation. So after make the offering, so to do in practical level the limbs of the second limb, limbs of purification through prostration. Then now you do 3 prostration or many prostration to the altar, which is your merit field. Even there's no altar, then you just feel the absolute presence of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and all the merit field. Then you make prostration. Like Lama Tsongkhapa, he did the prostration in relation to 35 Buddha's practice, many 100 millions of rounds. You see, so. Even in the Bodh Gaya Stupa, that you see there are people who drink so many water bowl offerings, flower offerings, and some people, doing retreat or doing prostrations. They are all doing mondo, preliminary practice, practice of 7 limbs, to purify their karma, accumulate merit. See, long time ago when I was studying Sera, so took about 2 to 3 months off with my 1 or 2 of friends. So came at the Bodh Gaya to conduct a prostration retreat. So, many people do that. So even, anybody, I would say, have time, aspire to do, especially when you can manage with your body, is so beneficial to do, It's a great retreat to accomplish 100,000 long prostration, especially if you get chance to do it at Bodh Gaya. Within the stupa, you can rent the prostration board, then do at least 4 sessions a day. Each session is about 2-3 hours. Start early morning until to the evening, like that. So anyway, so for your practice now, in front of your altar at your meditation corner. After arrange the offering, now do purification practice through prostration. So at least do 3 prostration, then sit down. Of course, before sit down, you prepare your cushion, isn't it? If you want to do really kind of serious way with complete of rituals for meditation, then you prepare few pieces of kusha grass. Then get a piece of long life grass. Then these 2 place on the cross vajra. So, but we don't really draw cross vajra. Draw like kind of swastika look, and that represent the cross vajra. So you can also draw by chalk, or you can draw on the white paper, then place on the ground. Then on top of that, then place few kusha grass, or at least 2 kusha grass. The head facing backward. The head like that, head facing backward. Then on top of that, then long life grass. So you can find anywhere. There's one grass that has many knots. So if you can find as long as possible, better. But if not, as auspiciousness, even you find this much, it's okay. Then on top of that, then you place very steady cushion. This cushion not simply slip away, bit, weight cushion. So then behind a bit higher, front bit lower. So then after that, then you bless. If there's masters or practitioners who know how to do the retreat, meditation cushion blessing, then wonderful. If not, you bless by yourself. Just simply do this mudra like this, this. Then your right hand do like that. Put it at the navel. Then left hand you touch your cushion. So there are some mantras, but you can just touching alone is good enough, to bless the meditation cushion. So these are all to create auspiciousness. Why swastika? If in case, if you attain enlightenment on that very cushion, the ordinary ground cannot hold you. So you will be shaking, you will throw away. But not an earthquake. It's not an earthquake, So anyway, so this swastika is represent the indestructible virginal ground, Dorje Den, the virginal ground. So then it also symbolizes that stability, consistency of your practice until you achieve the realization. Also symbolize that. Then the kushagraj, it has a natural component to, clear dullness during meditation. Clear sleepiness, dull mind, discouraged mind. And also help to clear obstacles, to create that auspiciousness. Then long life grass is to have enough time or enough lifespan to complete the realization on the path that you're doing. Here is to realize the wisdom of emptiness directly. To until that you have enough time to do the practice to create that auspiciousness. So then after that, then you generate, correct motivation, bodhicitta motivation. Bodhicitta motivation. So that is the motivation for the meditation. Then after that, then inspire yourself by thinking of all the qualities of the gurus, all the qualities of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, even recall how Shakyamuni Buddha, did 6 years meditation, like first renounce, then search for knowledge, then 6 years of, single-pointed meditation. Then after that, finally, under the Buddha tree in Bodh Gaya, gain attainment of enlightenment. Then after that, then, become the light of the world, dispelling the darkness of ignorance by revealing the direct antidote, wisdom of emptiness. I too want to achieve, that state of qualities. You see, so you feel so happy about what Buddha have achieved, what the gurus have achieved, and then that inspire you. So that is the practice of rejoicing, which is the third limbs of practice. Then after that, then is may the merit field. May the Buddha, may the gurus forever be there to inspire me, be my object of merit field for me to, purify and accumulate merit, relating these 7 limbs of practice to you. So requesting never to be separated from me, never to depart from being my object of merits. Then the purpose of requesting is always turn the Dharma, means always inspire me to practice. Always, how to say, if I sidetracked, then, through the like kind of like a hook of your compassion, like pull me back, to stay on the path, and the way to do that is the Dharma manifesting in many different ways. Keep reminding, best is keep teaching us, keep revealing the teaching and inspiring and guiding us. You see, or even come in the dream to kind of guide us, and show many signs, many different form of signs, auspicious signs, to acknowledge my practice. You see, then the attendance of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Buddhas and the deities, always be there invisibly to dispel the hindrances in my path. So for that reason, then after that, then the limbs of rejoicing, which is the end of the practice. So then also before, you see, very much after the limb number 6, then you very much start the actual meditation. Again, there's one preparatory practice is to do the breathing exercise. Here recommended at least 21 times. Is firstly is to calm yourself, calm your body and mind in the present moment, to settle. You see, yeah. So I think in the text, after that, then it comes the motivation. So whichever way. Yeah. So he said, generate the conventional awakening mind is to generate the bodhicitta motivation for your meditation. Then during the main session, give that all of these mind training practices adhere to the traditions of simultaneous engagement. You should simultaneously meditate on the emptiness of all phenomena. Including that of your own self and the self of others. So here talking about simultaneous engagement happens when you do the space-like emptiness meditation. Otherwise, it's most likely won't happen. The simultaneous engagement meditation on emptiness that include meditation. The purpose serve of meditating on the emptiness of self, meditating on the emptiness of form and the rest of the phenomena and others. You see, so in order to lead to that, first you need to do a certain degree of analytical observation on emptiness. So start with analyzing the emptiness of self, the person. Whether I analyzing whether I exist the way how it appears to me or not. The usual for the conceptual mind, it seems appearing very much onto this body, onto these aggregates, or either onto the whole of the aggregates. Or sometimes, feels like I exist in the brain, or I exist in the heart, or somewhere here, or maybe whole of it. So that's the conceptual way of, our ordinary way of perceiving how the I exist, very much out there, independently, exists that way. First, you see whether that is legitimate way of existing of me or not, you see. So to do that, so there are a few ways to do that. There are like 4-point analyzing how I exist. Whether I exist with my aggregates, with whole of with the aggregates, or I exist neither, or I exist outside somewhere else in the elements, etc. And there's also another, the techniques, there's 7 kind of, the technique of investigating the emptiness of self. The 4 points of another level of emptiness, investigating emptiness of self. Now first defining what really is the negation. First recognize what really means false I. First we need to grab it. We need to, catch it. Understand. First we need to learn the definitions of the false I, false identity. Then after that, then you investigate. If this false identity exists, then there are few possibilities of existence, either with the aggregates or without aggregates. Or one with the aggregates, or with the whole with the aggregates, or something, the third possibility. Other than that, you see. So then from there, then you discover the selflessness or the emptiness of self. And there you discover simultaneously the establishment of the legitimately existent self, at the same time negating the falsely established self. You see, so after a certain degree of analyze, even good to take certain certain good time, from crown to toe, you check, where am I? Where is me? You see, and obviously we'll find you're nowhere from the crown to the toe. You're not any of the organs. At least first you do the checking on the physical aggregates. Then after that, you check on the feelings, compositional factors. Then eventually you check on even to the consciousness. They very much come to a position that the consciousness is the most possible to be self. So the consciousness got virtuous mind, negative mind, neutral mind. Again, which one is it? Yeah. If you be biased, say virtuous mind is me, then virtuous mind also there are, even in the one moment of snapping finger, there's like 64 moments. Some are even 300 over moments. So within that one moment, you have 300 of yourself. It's not possible. Logically also doesn't make sense. So, there's no substantially self exists in the previous moment of consciousness, present moment of consciousness, future moment of consciousness. But at the same time, legitimately, self exists. The being exists in all time. Legitimately, I exist in the past, in the present, in the future. You see, I came from the past, isn't it? So my continuum exists in the past. I'm in the present. I'm in the present time. It's a real person, legitimately exists, and it is continuum also. Never dies. It goes on to future. You see. So even the relative, the one lifetime, the person, there's two. One is genuinely existent, legitimately existent. The another one is falsely established person. the person that which is all pervasive, also there's a falsely established self that exists in three times. At the same time, the legitimately existent self that which is also there legitimately, that exists in all times. So we need to we need to acknowledge the differences, and by negating the false self, then you're able to actualize the legitimately existent self. You see, so there's an exercise that they need to do. Then after that, then you do the similar kind of or investigation on the others, like such as your form. You see, form, feeling, etc. Then including rest of the phenomena. You see, so like in the Heart Sutra, no eye, no nose, etc. There's a reason why I said many names. For many of us, we do meditate on emptiness, but very much in one object. So in fact, we need to do meditation on emptiness in many objects, in entire whatever phenomena exist out there. On each, we need to investigate the emptiness of that object. You see, by doing so, finally you will arrive to even the investigation on the wisdom that realizing emptiness. You see, so until doing the investigation of emptiness in all the rest of the phenomena, we will not arrive to the final object, which is the wisdom that is realizing emptiness all. So when we arrive there, then even that wisdom realizing emptiness, whether this wisdom also exists the way how it appears to you or not, similar investigation. By doing so, then you will come to a conclusion that this wisdom too, this emptiness wisdom too, do not exist the way how it appears. It exists merely in name, merely label, and the finding of that is very much like clean, clear, vast, luminous kind of experience, and that is why it called as a space-like mind emptiness meditation. We need to. It's very much. There's nothing. What do you call? The stone is not turned. No stone is turned, left turn. No stone is left unturned. Yes. So many individuals, we forget to, analytical observation in many objects. So for certain objects, we are quite okay, losing grasping. But there are many objects that we have a difficulty of releasing from the bondage of grasping. You see, so whatever feeling arises, investigate the same way how you investigate self within its space. You see, whatever good feeling arises, investigate the emptiness investigation. Even at the neutral state of mind, also investigate. You see, whatever you see, investigate in emptiness. Whatever you hear, investigate. Whatever you touch, investigate. Including investigate on the Dharma, investigate on the Four Noble Truths. This is what taught in the Heart Sutra. 12 links. What do you call the constituents, something like that. 12 constituents. So anyway, in the Heart Sutra, there are many different phenomena are mentioned, including of each of the traveling also need to exercise investigating its ultimate nature, through the tools of, finding the ultimate truth, the emptiness meditation, so like that. Then finally, when you start to meditate on the, when you observe complete settledness in the finding of the ultimate truth of the wisdom of emptiness, then you manage to do simultaneous engagement meditation. That serves the benefit of you are also meditating on selflessness of person. It also serves the benefit of you are meditating on the selflessness of phenomena. You see, so this is what it means. You should simultaneously meditate on the emptiness of all phenomena, including that of your own self and self of others. Although this is true, during the preparatory stage, you must relate to this phenomena in a gradual manner, ameliorating each phenomena by means of the pristine cognitions of discriminative awareness, as I just mentioned. Do the analytical meditation to each different phenomena. In order for us to manage to do the space-like mind emptiness meditation. This, the master said, has the benefit of allowing the moisture of a tranquil abiding to give birth to the shoots of realization. You see, so only in relation to the emptiness realization, only through meditating on the space like absorption meditation can able to gain the realization, even in the conceptual realization of emptiness. And no question about for the non-conceptual level of realization has to go through that. You see, otherwise just meditating on no self, that won't lead, that is a great benefit, but it won't able to directly cause the realization on the emptiness. Next, the initial meditation on the absence of the inherent existence of perceived object is presented in the following line. Trained to view all phenomena as a dreamlike. So this is similar to, the, what do you call, the illusional-like meditation practice. So before we moving on to that, from the 4-point analysis on the emptiness, the first one is to recognize the negation. So that's the most important. The negation is very much like a thief. You want to get rid from the house. You see, so without recognizing the thief, then how are you going to catch the thief, isn't it? So without recognizing the negation to the emptiness, how are you going to negate it, from your mind, So firstly, there are labels which introduce what are the negation. Called the inherently existent, inherently existent. The grasping as inherently existent, that's the negation. That is there. But inherently existent is not a negation. There's not there, isn't it? There's no such thing is out there as inherently existent. it is similar like we call as a rabbit horn. But inherently, grasping of inherent existence, we do have. I have the grasping of inherent existence, and that's my problem. You see, that is the thief. What is the name of the thief? Is grasping of inherent existence is the thief. You see, but now this is just a name. It's like saying Tenzin Zopa is a thief. Without defining its characteristic. This short guy, or then what else? So all the different characteristics. If you don't introduce that, then just Tenzin Zopa could be anybody, isn't it? Okay. So before going that, first there are many names are given, to this thief, or that which stole the truth, which stole the being truth. Being truthful, being in absolute. So that thief name, the grasping of inherent existence. Then the second one is grasping of substantially existence. This is also another name. Then grasping of true existence. It's a very famous name. Then grasping of dualistically existence is also one of the names. Then grasping of permanently existent is also one of the names. And grasping of independently existent is also another name. Grasping of autonomically existent is also another name. So these are very much, in fact, it's the name of one thief, but have so many nicknames. So many different group of people called, using different names to the same thief. So the knowledge of this different identity help us to recognize who really the thief is. You see. So like in today's time, your Facebook has one name, your passport has one name. The passport is like inherently existent, grasping inherently existent label like that. Then you have another nickname in your Facebook, not same as your passport. Maybe Instagram. Then what is that? So there are many. So if it does help if you know all these different names are the names of this person, then there's no room for this person to do funny things, isn't it? So therefore now now you can see these different terms, different name has differences in its weight. Even the name of this language inherently existent and permanently existent. This truth got quite a different weight, isn't it? You see, to understand inherently existent and understand permanently existent understanding permanently existent is much more easier. To understand inherent existence is like, what are you talking about? What is that? You see? So now, among all these different titles, different names, in order to recognize what really inherent existence is, what really inherent existence, inherently grasping or inherently existent mean, by negating layer by layer of it is, what do you call it, it is characteristic which are defined by these different layers of names. So now, first, let's say permanent grasping. Permanent simply is a knowledge of, opposite from impermanent. So when we talk about self, is self exist permanently or impermanently? It's impermanent, isn't it? It's produced by impermanent factor. The consciousness which evolve momentarily, that's why manage to, if there's a past life, then the past life could be, let's say, animal's consciousness. Because of impermanent nature, it can evolve to a human consciousness. So now I'm a human being, you see. Then because of the factor, the conditional factor, like father, mother, because of impermanent, that's why, they produce me. If it's not impermanent, no way. You see? So anyway, so first you understood that I am not permanently exist. In whatever way, the existence itself also lies in the nature of impermanent. It momentarily changes. Even coming to this world also came on the basis of the impermanent nature, not in a permanent nature. Going also, it will go because of carrying the impermanent nature. You see, so therefore, a person is not exist permanently. Now, for the meaning of inherent existence also carry the meaning of permanent existence. You see, now if you manage to negate one layer, the first layer of the the characteristic in relation to inherent existence, then now you understood. You get to know closer what really inherent existence is. You see. Then after that, then independently existent, which is the next level. It's quite obvious we are not exist independently, isn't it? We exist dependently. We dependent on our parents, dependent on all the elements. We didn't exist solo. You see, in fact, the meaning of inherent existence also carry the meaning of independent existence. So now you prove it is not. Then autonomically existent. You see, so I think very much this can be understood as a, some kind of like supreme authority kind of created you. One autonomic power kind of define your existence. You see, if that's the case, then there's no possibility of change, no possibility of improvement, no possibility for purification, no reason for us to practice, no reason for us to be mindful of what to adopt, what to abandon, because everything is fixed, everything is already predestined. But it is not. Many causes and conditions are the factors are the one who define who you are, your existence, isn't it? So the meaning of inherent existence also carry the element of that. Autonomically existent, meaning of inherent existence also carry that meaning. So now you negate this layer. So now go to dualistically existent. You see, So dualistic existence also can understand that, you see, with the wrong cause, with the wrong factor, you can also understand like that. Then after that, then true existent, truly existent. So the true existent, which is the negation that to the last two Madhyamika school of the Sautrantika and Pasangika. So this is a bit, for some it can be a bit tricky, but then it is asserted by the Chittamadhyamika school. So even though the Chittamadhyamika school of the Mahayanic philosophy asserted true existence, asserted inherently existent or substantial existence, but do not assert true existent. Do not assert true existence. But if it's not substantially existent, then there won't be possibility of actualizing existent. So at least even though there's no inherently existent or truly existent outer phenomena, but the mind that is projecting the existent has to be inherently or substantially existent. Otherwise, it will not carry the potential to bring about the existence of or the phenomena. So the mind has to be the mind that labeling the existent, has to have its inherent nature, inherent or substantial potential. You see, so and when we learn about the mind, there's no one substance. One kind of momentary of the consciousness that you can define, this is the wholeness of the mind, or this is the mind that which is very much possible of existent. You see, so from there then you overcome one great negation by that negation is also a characteristic of inherent existence, like that. Then Sautrantika Madhyamika, in wholeness, there's no, it do not exist truly, but then it has to be substantially potential either on the subject or object. Otherwise, there's no basis to differentiate, different existence, or there's no basis to actualize any existence, you see. So, but then again, if you go to investigate, even the most subtle level, especially in the reasoning of interdependent existence, does not require substantially potential from object or subject side to actualize it is legitimately existent. So that again, able to negate the very, 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 very final, very final level of the negation. Then goes to the negation that which is emphasized by the final schools of the Buddhist thought. That is, the negation is the level that we've been talking about, the inherently existent. If it's inherently existent, either subject or object, then there's no room to establish interdependently existent. So reason of interdependent existence itself can prove lacking of inherent existence. You see? So in another way, in all level, you can use interdependent existence as a reasoning to prove the false of the assertion of the assertions of the negations as a legitimate way of existence of the phenomena. You see. So anyway, so this is about this topic. So I have no choice. I have to say a little bit. So you can get into to make more sense to whatever blah blah here. Look into the Buddhist tenets on the four schools, the thoughts on the selflessness or emptiness. Then there, you will find the clear statement of the different negations. But then using the technique of understanding what really lack of inherent existence is, may not be clearly emphasized that way. So this is something that can be useful. Is very much to find the true, the legitimate existence of anyan. Only can able to realize by peeling, one layer by layer of the skin. Is this onion? You peel. No, this is onion skin. So you find selflessness of onion in that. Was it no onion, inherently or substantially existed on the first skin, in the second skin, third skin, until come to a point that the central one, lasts. And they say, is this onion? No, this is the central of the onion, not the onion. You see, so that also you cut. You see, then what you find, the absolute truth of the onion, which is non-existent or substantially in any part of the onion. Just the void of substantially existent itself is the onion. So and that is nothing more than merely name, merely label. Therefore, exists merely in name, isn't it? The onion exists merely in name, nothing more than that. You cannot trace even one single substance can be defined as an onion. Only the void of, even the tiny substance possibility is the onion, nothing more than that. But that name also is legitimate. It is truth because interdependently actualize it on the interdependent right basis. We cannot simply label onion to the tomato, isn't it? So onion has its own right base. Tomato has its own different base, correct base. You see, and that interdependent right conditions are the correct base to actualize interdependently label name. You see, so therefore, self exists merely in name, nothing more than that. You see, whichever way you figure it out. First you try to analyze, through the reasoning of cause and effect. Then part and particles, it is slightly more subtle level of the definition of interdependent existence. Then the most subtle knowledge of interdependent existence is the interdependent in relation to the labeling of the mind. So, things ultimately exist merely labeled by the mind. And that is the ultimate way of existence of the phenomena. You exist interdependent on the labeling of the mind. Nothing more than that. I exist ultimately merely labeled by the mind. And that is so true, isn't it? Like say, like my name, Tenzin Zopa, do not exist when my continuum was in my mother's womb. Tenzin Zopa, this title name was not given yet. The name Tenzin Zopa only given after I was born. So I usually say like this: if I happen to born in England, I may have the name of Mr. Bean, and I'm Mr. Bean, not Tenzin Zopa. So, but happen to born in Himalaya, so that's the most common name. Then thought maybe this is the name for you, and from that day I become Tenzin Zopa. Even my name happened to be something else. Let's say Pema. So in that Pema, Tenzin Zopa do not exist. Only Pema exists, isn't it? So it's really. Think deeply, really nothing more than, simply existing in name, that's it. So now, okay, why this complicated thing is necessary? What is the great deal of it? The great deal and great benefit is it helps to lose the grasping, and it helps to relieve the suffering. That's the benefit, you see. That's why emptiness is so precious, because the more you know about your true self, the legitimate self, it start to lose all the false, false apprehension in relation to the false identity, and that also helps to purify all the karmas, all the falsely subject the mind, the way how you apprehend things, and also you're able to purify the falsely established objects, So the moment falsely me is not there, then there's no falsely claimed mind out there. The voice of attachment is very much the voice of the falsely established I. The voice of anger, the attitude of anger is simply expressions of the falsely claimed me. Because of the establishments of false me, then aversion to something you don't like, attachment to something you like, then ignorant to the rest of the others, you see. And these are called disturbing emotion, which brings suffering to us. So the more you are, familiar with the emptiness, you become less grasping, and less grasping, less pain, less suffering. So this is the benefit, like that. So there's a short note about taking the summary of how to do this space-like meditation. Even though it is taught in the Lamp of the Path by Atisha, it says, just as a wisdom does not see the inherent nature in phenomena, having analyzed wisdom itself by reasoning non-conceptually, meditate on that. So, having analyzed the wisdom which realizing emptiness of person, emptiness of phenomena, then you arrive to non-conceptually realizing the absolute void of the entire the conceptual grasping. Then once you arrive to that, then meditate on that. So, so the meaning is here: when the analytical wisdom, which does not find any true existence in person and other phenomena, is likewise scrutinized by reasoning, it too is found not to have an inherent existent nature. Here, analysis is made to see whether the awareness apprehending the emptiness of the object exists as it appears. It is inherently one with or inherently different from its basis of attribute. First, we establish the nature of reality by hearing and reading about it. Next, we induce the sound understanding by thinking about what we have learned, and through analysis by reasoning, we then fix our attention on the lack of inherent existence of the awareness which understanding the emptiness of other phenomena. When our certainty regarding its emptiness decline, we induce it is again through the analysis. By meditating repeatedly on emptiness free from all conceptions of true existence, we eventually gain the non-conceptual exalted wisdom which directly perceives reality. Understand, think, and then get in absorption meditations of space-like. So in short, we need to convince logically. First, I do not exist, how it appears. Then to rest of the phenomena. Then to the wisdom itself, the wisdom that which understood the emptiness of a person and phenomena. The similar way, whether that wisdom also exists the way how it appears to you or not. By analyzing, you will come to a position that it does not exist at all from its own side. The name wisdom realizing emptiness is there, but there's not even one single moment or one single element that defining that it is out there from its own side. The experience of that is very much like, in a clear sky, in a very quiet kind of environment. You look up, you see, complete empty of any obstruction, any obstacles, obstructions. At the same time, it's so clear. You very much see in all directions. Yet there's nothing that which you can hold on to out there to be hold on to. And it is very serene. There's a clarity, there's a serene, there's a sense of relief, from any bondage, sense of feel free and feel vast, profound, infinite. So that is very much, taste of union of void and bliss. Void because you lose all the graspings. Void of releasing from all the graspings. Where the bliss come from? Because you're experiencing the liberation from the bondage of graspings. And once you arrive there, then simply observe, simply settle one-pointedly in that conclusion. And that is the space like emptiness meditation. Briefly, the idea is like that. So then after that it says, next, the initial meditation on the absence of intrinsic existence of the perceived object is presented in the following line. Train to view all phenomena as a dreams-like. This entire world of the external environment and the being within it, which are by nature mere appearances, are nothing but apparition of your own deluded mind. Thus, not even a single atom exists with a reality separate from the mind. It is merely labeled by the mind, nothing more than that. When you examine thus, you will come to realize that even on the conventional level, no reference of your awareness is established as a possessing substantially true existence. So even in the relative world, you examine, you will find that. If substantially can be found, either has to find in the subject or in the object in relation to, the relationship between what you see, what you hear, what you think, and you can't find at all. Contemplate in this manner. Contemplate in this manner. So next, the meditation on the absence of the intrinsic existence of the perceiving object is presented in the following line. Examine the nature of the unborn awareness. It's a natural awareness. Contemplate thus, similar to the preceding meditation, the very mind that negated the intrinsic existence of the perceived object in terms of its past is no more, in terms of its future is yet to be, and in terms of its present is composed of the three parts. It is devoid of cloth, shape, special location. It cannot be said to be located in any specific point of the body. When analyzed, it is empty of all identifiable characteristics. The perceiving mind too abides as a primordially unborn. So you can follow, the line by line as a guideline to how to meditate like that. It can be the self, it can be the form, it can be the thoughts of the feeling of happiness or trouble, whatever. Next, the meditation on the absence of the intrinsic existence of the phenomena is presented by the following line. The remedy too is freed in its own place. So even the wisdom itself too is freed. It is in its own place. It is its own nature. Thus, the very mind that performs the act of applying the remedy through experiencing the emptiness of all phenomena, including your body and the mind, is not established in general. All objects of knowledge and subsumed within the class of either object or mind. Furthermore, since the mind in its generality has already been examined, you should think, certainly nothing is established primordially as a possessing substantial reality. So even just, even unable to really convince, but just thinking alone, nothing exists substantially in its reality. It helps to purify, the obscurations. It helps to clear the ignorance. It is understood that just even mentioning lacking of substantial existence as a truth of the existence, or even mentioning the word emptiness, Tongbani, it purifies negativities, purify ignorance, then accumulate so much merits. Then it easier to realize the absolute the wisdom of emptiness directly. Free the mind of conceptualization in this manner and release it in the state of non-grasping at intrinsic nature in terms of any of the three times. You see, in all times, in all phenomena, both subject and object. Whatever your mind is relating to, focus the mind with ease, lucidity, vibrancy, not allowing it to fall under the influence of either dullness or excitation. This is presented by the following line. So earlier, whatever mentioned, after analytical observation, then even analyzing on the wisdom of emptiness, then come to that conclusion. The manner of how to arrive, even the understanding of the ultimate nature of the wisdom of emptiness. Then placing yourself in the absorption state of meditation. So this is what talking about, with ease, lucidity, vibrancy. Then you need certain qualities of concentration in order to not to intrude by the obstacle, like such as dullness or such as excitement, etc. So this is presented by the following line: place your mind on the basis of all, the actual path. So basis. So you see, after analyzing emptiness of the whole of the identity, the self, then after that different other objects like a form, feeling, etc. Then to the mind also, there are many different kind of mind, also to analyze. And finally, so that's why it is necessary, it is utmost necessary to exercise analytical observations of the emptiness in many phenomena. It is necessary to do what you call the discursive meditation on emptiness, even the discursive objects. On discursive objects. Most of the time we only do one or two objects, so that limit us to reach to the having the wisdom that which you can use as an object of absorption meditation. So you should identify the ordinary mind and place it in the state free of negation or affirmation, since all 7 types of consciousness, the 7 types of consciousness, can refer to like mindfulness, introspection, then the different form of energy and joy, tranquility, concentration, equanimity, all these different type of mind you can understand as the 7 types of consciousness. Conceptual mind, relinquish them, So even mindfulness, usually the mindfulness we very much the mind that which is the conceptual state of mind. So we need to, when we get to the point that absorption state of meditative quality, then we need to delete all the conceptual fabrications. We need to have to delete all the conceptual mind, because conceptual mind carries fabrications, dualism, and that obstacle to the actual absorption quality of meditation on emptiness. So is a tough, subtle. So you need to let go all the philosophies, You need to let go all the references. You need to completely go away from analysis, observations. It's complete ease and settle in that luminous kind of experiences. You see, then only one can achieve the doorway to realize emptiness directly. So when we talk about realizing emptiness directly, it's realizing the non-conceptual quality of realization. You see, so if we use any of the conceptual tools like such as the mindfulness, to meditate on emptiness, that also become obstacle. You see, so there's a fine line. The bridge that there's a very much like very tiny rope that you need to cross, that from the conceptual to the non-conceptual level. So that is not easy. So we cannot find a word that can convince you to lead to that level of conviction, in that level of what you call the training. The only way is repeated exercise. Repeated exercise, following very much like such a guideline that it shows in the text like this. You see, repeated analytical observation, get all the way up to the even analyze the wisdom of the mind. Then after that, then try to experience sense of absolute arriving of voidness of all. Then observing that, now repeat that again and again and again. If someone, if you need to ask your teacher, in a very clear wording, introduce me how it looked like. There's no word. It is very much understood like asking the taste of sweetness to somebody who is chewing the candy. You say, what is the taste? Is it sweet? I also know it's a sweet candy, but tell me what is the sweetness? Then you will say, not sour, not bitter, blah blah blah. You say, yeah, I also know it's not sour, not bitter, but what is the sweetness? So only you put the candy in your mouth, then I see, like that. Oh, this is the sweetness. I see. So then the same question put to you. Tell me, in word, what is the sweetness experience? It's not in a word, You see. So you need to eat the candy of meditation repeatedly. Then you get to the actual taste. Then observe on that taste. You say, oh, I see. This is sweetness. Now don't chew. Don't chew. Don't say where this sweetness is coming from. It is so delicious. I want more. All this have to put aside. It means all these are conceptual kind of obstacle. Completely like that. So anyway, so since all 7 types of consciousness are conceptual mind, relinquish them. The essential point is to avoid being tainted by conceptualizations of subject-object duality. Subsequently, whenever conceptualization arises, by observing awareness with awareness, let it rest free within reality itself. So, of course, as a beginner, when we do such kind of meditation, the habitual of the conceptual mind will come in our way, the thoughts. So now the training is acknowledge the thought. Oh, this thought is coming in, let go. Never to analyze. Good thought comes in also, not to analyze. Bad thought comes in also, not to analyze. Pass. But that also not easy. You need to know how to let it come and pass. Let it come and pass. Not easy. Sometimes it's blank. Also, let it be blank. Not to analyze why is blank. You see. So that require also some training. Again, this training only can get when you do the meditation. Otherwise, there's no other way to train. The meditation itself is the training. The repeated exercise itself is the training. since this constitute actual meditations of clear light, keeps your session intense but of short duration. Within one session, you can have many sub-sessions. So especially for beginner, try to do as short as possible. Never to force. It can be the quality of meditation can be just 1 minute. Enough. Just do that. If after 1 minute it is kind of losing its quality, stop. Go for coffee. Come back and do. Especially if you reward coffee every after, or coffee or whatever you like the most. Then they say, I do this meditation, I got reward. You will do more. So usually, so this is just just joke. So what I mean is, you need to end with some sense of like fulfillment. It's nice, like kind of you're experiencing really quality. Is something that you feel good. Then there stop. So you feel good, you don't push to do more. At the beginner level, it is so important. I think this can apply in every our practice. You see, when we feel good, then pause. Then you repeat like that. As for the length of the meditation session, it is said that the best session should have a stable base, should end in the joyful state here. At the conclusion, after dissolving your visualization, cultivate great compassion for those without such realization, thinking, I shall place all beings in distorted truth of such ultimate mood of being. Then dedicate all the virtues to the benefit of others. So each time when you do, emptiness meditation, one of the greatest way to accumulate merit, greatest way to purify the karma. So you have so much of resources that which you can share with other sentient beings through dedication. Then slowly undo your cross leg and perform the 7 limb right inside the chamber of divination. So you can continue from the 7 limb, like such as the again you can repeat. It is a certain retreat is like you go and add the offering more at the end of the session. You go and add more like that, more offerings. Even the water bowl, if you're offering water bowl, just add drip of water. Then after that, do conclusion, 3 prostration. Then after that, then rejoice in your practice, your meditation. Rejoice of others' merits and Buddha's, Guru's merits. And then after that, then request them to never be depart. Even though I'm pausing the session, but then your presence never be departed. Always be with me. Then continue to guide me. Making sure that I carry the impact of the session even in the post session, post meditation session. And then after that, then do dedication. And then end the session like that. Wow, it's still not finished here. I thought it's finished, but it's still there. Okay, so quick one. The subsequent period practice. How to train in the subsequent period, subsequent practice is presented by the following. In the interval, be a conjurer of illusion. So this is meditation, like illusion-like meditation. The subsequent period must be cultivated without losing the flavor of your meditative equipoise on emptiness. Therefore, even though perceptions of the self and others, the external environment and the being within it, and so on arise, it is your delusion that cause non-existing thing to appear as existent. So remind yourself like that. During pause session, you see everything inherently existent, and everything appear to be, exist from its own side. And now you talk to yourself, you tell yourself, this is the appearance of delusion, appearance of dualism. In actual fact, there's no truth out there. So let's say emotion arises. Suddenly you encounter, after the session, difficult people. You say that these difficult people are not exist from its own side. It does not exist the way how it exists. It's delusional. The view of the anger, view of the misunderstanding. Now you see someone is like there to disturb you, like that. And so we need to console ourselves. Contemplating such thing as indistinguishable from illusory horses and elephant, relinquishing, clinging to the substantial reality. Everything try to see them in one taste. In ultimate nature, you see, even when you think of Buddhahood, and you realize that I'm still in samsara, and you talk to yourself, you tell yourself, ultimately it lies in one taste. Suffering and happiness in one taste. Horse and elephant ultimately lies in one taste. Relatively, they are two different names, two different phenomena. In the dualistic mind, there are two different phenomena. In the wisdom mind, ultimate in ultimate seeing of the ultimate, it is. Although you perceive yourself in terms of your five aggregates, you are but an appearance of the mere aggregations of the dependently originated things. You say, like that. In the interdependent, in the relative matter, then exists that way. There's a separate called form, feeling, mind, the body, me, and you. But ultimately, everything in the essence of Dharmakaya, in the essence of the void of substantial existence, same. You see, apart from this, no self possessor an internal and unitary nature. Contemplate and see yourself as an illusory person who engage in the activities of going and coming and interact with the objects. So just like what you call the magician with the interdependent conditions of the spell and substance. Then one small stick, you see, let the spell eyes to see, elephant, you see, and if the elephant is pleasing you, you feel joy, happy. If the elephant is disturbing you, you feel upset, you see. So there's someone there who don't know that fact, you are seeing absolute, substantially existent elephant out there. In the truth, it's not there. It's just a stick, with the interdependent kind of like a substance, bring about that only. In the dualistic mind, you see that. In reality, no such there, you see. But because of dualistic mind, you have a grasping. Because of the grasping, then you are affected. You see, if it's playful elephant, you're happy. If it's miserable elephant, you feel sad. But then someone like who is realized emptiness, who even, let's say, who even not realize emptiness, but who know through the knowledge, what is the truth. There's another viewer that who is a spell, but at the same time also know this is a magician's display. You see, so you also see the elephant on the stick, but then you are not how to say. you're not completely affected, but still you influenced by the spell. So this is someone is like conceptually realized wisdom of emptiness. First it's just understanding of emptiness. Then next level is conceptually realizing emptiness, which is the secondary of the viewer of that magician show, who know it's a magic show, but at the same time your eye is spelled. So this is the concept, someone who have realization and conceptual realization of emptiness. Now the magician himself, who is not spelled in his own eye, he only spelled others, so he didn't spell himself. So nakedly, completely, truthfully know that he's just moving the stick. Is absolutely at all, even in the direct perception, you don't see elephant at all from there, out there. Then total lacking of grasping. You see, the total lacking of fabrications, of dualism, like the earlier two, you see. So this is someone who have realized emptiness directly, the non-conceptual realization of emptiness experiences, an example like that. Okay, do not remain blank, thinking nothing, but instead be sustained by mindfulness, and the intense instant something appears to the senses, think. This too is illusional-like. So this is talking about post-meditation, yeah? So you need mindfulness. For the absorption, even mindfulness has to be left behind. This too is illusional-like. It is dream-like. In this way, you experience object by relying upon such a, what do you call? Adages as well. So actually, I don't know what is that word. Saying. Like. Oh, saying. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. As you view everything in this manner, during the subsequent period, your mind will not become remote from the dreamlike experiences of the meditation session. In this way, during the interval between session, turn all your virtuous activity into the palm. Abide thus in the great union, not losing the experience of the meditation session throughout all activities. To make this point, the master cited the following stanza and explained the practice of the relevant points together with their beneficial qualities. So he says, thus ensure that all your practices remain untainted by the clinging of grasping at real entities, true existent or inherent existence, and spread them across the vast space like great emptiness. The space like mind emptiness. You will then travel in the sphere of immortal great bliss. So when you realize non-conceptual realization of emptiness, then you arrive in the sphere of immortal great bliss. That is also called as a liberation. Thank you. So we stop here. Dagi jinye zabe jewan de dendang rowa gunla gambe chebara jizun losan tabai tembe nyingbo remdo za je sho. Me Guru Rana Menda Kamne Yadaya Me. Yeah, so then you can do final dedication during the Vajrasattva practice. Okay, thank you very much. So today the subject is a bit intense. Please balance by chocolate. So please, you can read through the same text. It's in fact it's very very clear, very simply illustrated. The only my reading makes it more confused. My explanation makes it more confused. So you just refer to the text a few rounds again and again. Then you will come to a very concrete kind of way to how to take this onto meditation. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So this one, this direction. This one, this direction. Okay. So this one, you see how to divide, or whoever want to take. Okay, thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is, yeah.
Some days is almost
Oh.
almost like a
Yeah.